Our next session is looking at Sopra Steria's NextGen AI at scale, reshaping the world of search now. And to tell us more, we have three speakers from Sopra Steria. Please welcome Isabelle Pons, AI Program Chief Operating Officer. Hey there. And we have applause. We have Harold Selman, Solution Lead Data Science and AI. Yeah. And we have Paul Verhaar, Practice Lead Data Science and AI. All right.
So, who here considers themselves as a tech person? Raise your hand. So many of you. But here's the thing. AI is not a tech subject. You can't read news these days without hearing about AI, like deepfakes influencing public opinion on election. AI is transforming every industry. A recent research at Sopra Steria predicts that IT spendings in AI will grow by 19% by years within 5 years. It is 3 times the global investment in IT, 3 times more. But yet, AI hasn't reached its full potential. As we approach the end of 2024, we see also some limitation. 1 to 7 proof of concepts make it to production, only 1 to 7. And due to different things, poor data quality, lack of technological readiness, or unclear business value. And without speaking, and we heard just before, environmental impact. As you know, Microsoft's emissions have grown by 29% during the last three years. So we see for the future 3 key challenges. How do we upskill team to spot high-value use cases? Second, how we scale AI across the organization. And last but not least, how we do all of this sustainably. At Sopra Steria, we addressed all of these challenges in our own transformation program, involving all our countries and role. And what we've learned from this program is 3 key information. First, driving business transformation. I say again, AI is not a tech subject. AI is a human challenge. It's about driving people into the right mindsets to identify the real value of AI. And for that, we involve every function from the start and with a strong focus on training and experimenting. Second, scaling AI for impact. You can do hundreds of proof of concepts. They won't get you far. But to break the glass ceiling of the POCs, we have 3 main recommendations. First is So starting with proven use cases, like knowledge management or customer interaction. And all of our clients have done that this year. Second, ensure you have the right data at the right level of quality, and unstructured data included. And last point is build AI solution with all the components you need to have industrialized and trusted AI solution. And the last point is building a sustainable future with AI. AI must be responsible. We must balance business needs with environmental impact. We with, for example, optimizing models, sorry, and also accepting a slight reduction of scope or performance to reduce this impact. And at Sopra Steria, we developed tools to predict this carbon footprint on different variables, and we share it openly to the community. So that's now I will introduce you our experts, Harold and Paul, and they will present you an innovative technology, advanced search, that drives real and transformative change for our clients. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Isabelle. Happy to be here. So, if we look at these numbers here, they're pretty staggering, right? And I'll keep them on the screen for a bit. And as Isabelle mentioned, there's a ton of things going on within the AI market, even things that we can't predict, or couldn't predict even. And with such a rapid growth within the AI market, the data volumes are also skyrocketing, which basically means that it gets harder and harder to extract meaningful information from that data. Well, that's where basically the next generation of advanced search comes in, where we use retrieval techniques such as RAG to turn that data into business intelligence. The real catch here basically is, and FCC today as well, that it's really hard to go from experimentation into production. That's why for today, I'm super proud and happy also to show you guys that we have a client project that is actually adding value in production, which is a bold statement, but also a nice one. But actually, before we can show you that, we need to do a small stop at some of the hurdles of RAG, right? So what we see mostly at clients as well is that they have a naive design, basically meaning an oversimplified architecture that doesn't scale well, and it doesn't apply well to the business context or real-world complexities. What we also see is that there's a lack of integration. So whichever RAG solution you build, it doesn't integrate well into the systems that actually exist or the landscape at the client. And what we finally see, there is a G within RAG for a reason. People generally over-rely on the generational aspect. And the generation part is only as good as the end result from the retrieval part. Basically, the old machine learning saying, garbage in, garbage out, obviously, which we all know. So, as I said, we're talking about something that actually delivers value in production, right? That's why I'm enthusiastic to show you guys how we approach such a RAG pattern, and one that allows your end users to actually use it, because that's why we build machine learning projects and products. So what we need to do in order for end users to use it, you need to build something scalable. And something scalable means leveraging infrastructure as code principles so that you can scale both horizontally and vertically. Basically saying every component, and I'll come to modularity, should be able to scale in terms of users or use case, or basically the load. Other than that, it should be easily integrated. One thing we mainly see, and the thing we solve, is that we're agnostic. So it doesn't matter if it's an on-prem RAG solution in our case, or if it's a cloud solution. We can implement it easily in both. And finally, it should be configurable. I already mentioned modular. You should make sure that every component within your RAG architecture is able not only to scale, but it should be interchangeable. So you should see it as a Lego brick. You should be able to get, for example, a large language model, interchange it for a newer one without having to refactor your entire code base or the architecture behind it, which makes it easy. The same goes, for example, for a chunking strategy or a re-ranker. We don't want to rewrite the entire architecture. We want to do the cool stuff and preferably just change 5 lines of code, maybe 10, right? Cool. So let's see if the video works. That's why I'm super happy to show you guys. And you should have audio now. There's no audio. Then I'm going to look at my sound guys at the back. Is there no audio still? Interesting. Wil jij lopen? Voor de... I'm looking at Harold. Still no audio? Okay. Then for now you have to do with subtitles because we're on a time constraint, obviously. The cool thing about this is, and as soon as you have audio, I'll have Harold nod at me. We work together with the Financial Intelligence Unit, or for short, the FIU in the Netherlands. And the cool thing is, they wanted something in production. Something that solves their case in terms of I need information and I need to find relevant information. In this case, it's public information and their internal information. As soon as this conversation ends, at least on the video, you'll see some in-depth on how we actually use the RAG solution in our case. And as I said, the cool thing is it runs on both. So it runs online on public information, and as I mentioned, it should be agnostic. So we can easily integrate it with any Azure solution or other solution you'd like. Or on the other side, we can also use it on-prem. For example, the FIU or the National Police, we need a solution that runs on-premise so that we can use private data or even data beyond private data, as you can imagine. And we can easily switch between those. Also, as I mentioned, we can easily switch between chunking strategies, re-rankers, etc. Because, for example, the results that end, are we having audio? Nice. Starting? Perfect.
Data is the
Here we go.
lifeblood of today's business. But as data volumes surge, extracting valuable insights becomes ever more challenging. How can generative AI search help to transform information overload into actionable intelligence? Let's have a look. Robert tells us more about his work to safeguard the integrity of the financial system, how NextGen AI helps to combat money laundering.
The financial economic crime is so complex, so many partners are involved. Our website is the place for banks, notaries, citizens to get the information they need.
Yes, and not only FIU documents.
Indeed.
Also related content from partners.
Exactly. That is what we worked on. When investigating the reported unusual transactions, the information of the quality of the information must be reliable, quick.
And accessible.
And accessible, yes, exactly.
A website user should only need to ask one question to get the answer in a broader context.
Yeah, and maybe next step is further questions in a chat dialogue.
Yeah, that would be even better.
Yeah. I like our partnership because you really understand our business and you keep challenging me all the time.
And of course, we keep on growing together. But always remember, Robert, AI is nothing without you or the humans behind it. Expert human oversight will always be needed to ensure trustworthy outcomes, embedding ethics, privacy and security.
Oh yeah, you made us fully aware of that.
Well, let's see how this all works.
Instant access to the right insights means faster, smarter decisions. Sopra Steria's advanced search puts the knowledge users need right at their fingertips. Users can have all sorts of questions. We will use the example of money laundering, where we help a user with their search experience. Many organizations still rely on traditional, making it difficult for users to get.
Small technical problem.
To get relevant results. Our advanced search technology is different. With traditional search, users are forced to translate their thoughts into precise search terms. The search engine will then throw out a bunch of results, some relevant, others less so. Often, the user needs to scroll right through the article to find the information they are looking for. Our solution removes all that friction. Let's take a closer look. It is tailored, optimized, and scalable so users get the information they need. It starts with pre-processing, consisting of different steps to organize the data. In the extraction phase, text and metadata are pulled from all kinds of data sources. The content is then chunked and analyzed to understand its meaning. The chunks are transformed into vectors, sets of numbers, using an embedding model. This enables quick computation of similar results based on their relevance to the query. The user query, "What is money laundering?" is also transformed into a vector and compared to vectors in the database to find similar vectors. In our advanced search solution, a user can enter their question in natural language instead of keywords. The re-ranker sorts the results to ensure that the most relevant results are on top. Based on the top search results and the original user query, an insightful answer can be generated using a large language model. While generative AI can produce powerful results, it is still essential to apply human judgment to ensure accuracy and responsible use. Now let's dive into the modular architecture that makes it all work. In our advanced search tool, large language models and embedding models can be easily swapped in and out. The system's flexibility allows for seamless integration into any architecture. Advanced search pre-processes the data. It adapts automatically to meet user needs for a smooth and responsive experience. Everything scales horizontally and vertically to support every possible use case. This setup is designed to run anywhere, in the cloud, on-premise at the customer's site with sensitive data, or even fully off-grid. Choosing the right components for your advanced search can be difficult. Therefore, our solution validates your chosen components and settings. This is how our advanced search tool provides quick and safe information, transforming the user experience. There is nothing more powerful than smart people fueled by valuable insights. Want to empower your users with advanced search? Let's make it happen. The world is how we shape it.
Wow, great to be here, and I'm so proud of this video, showing that we can make the vision of the Dutch FIU, the Dutch Financial Intelligence Unit, come true. They wanted to be the knowledge hub on preventing money laundering and terrorism financing, because they want to prevent it and combat it. But they want to help their users to get the right information on their website, and our advanced search technology helps them do that. But what is important to achieve such a thing? First, I want to stipulate a few of our other cases that we have in Europe, considering our similar GenAI projects, because there are so many things happening, and I'm so proud of a few of them, so I'm going to highlight some of them. First, one of the French government, where we helped them set up a private cloud GenAI platform to really help them use their private data and experiment safely. Second, also for another part of the French government, transforming their data setup to an AI factory setup. So hundreds of proof of concepts could go to production quickly. And third, we also do a lot of RAG systems with open source LLMs in it. And for instance, the German government is an example of that. Do you want to get value out of this new technology? I have to warn you, because when you start using unstructured data, dark data, you can discover it will be dirty. It's really nice to apply this search technology on your unstructured data, but to get value out of it, you will discover there's also wrong information, biased information, that kind of stuff, because it's unstructured. So you need to have a plan to address this dirty, dark data. And in order to do so, I would recommend to assign data stewards, so people that manage and take care of your data, and invest in your data governance practices. So rules and guidelines and definitions to really help your organization use the data as good as possible. So, to conclude all of this, I want to give you 3 things to remember. First, as Isabelle mentioned in the beginning, you almost forgot, but she told you it's really important to activate and educate your people, because this technology is nothing without the people that use it. So help them use AI on a daily basis safely. That's a transformation for a lot of users, so help them. Second, design for scalability. As Paul mentioned, you need to pick a rack design that really helps you integrate it well in your architecture and also be configurable to your use case and your data. And as I mentioned, you need to prepare for the dirty, dark data, because when you start applying this new technology on unstructured data, you will find there's also rubbish in your data. So have a plan for that. Finally, I hope with this in mind, you will use AI to make a better world. Come visit us at our booth, B100, and if there's a question and there's time, then we're happy to answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Isabelle, Harold, and Paul, for this amazing presentation. Thank you so much.